And all right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Urban ENT Alumni Podcast, episode 6. I think we're on.
Yeah, I think it's the sixth one.
Back after 2 weeks off. We'll try not to do that again. But we have fresh topics. Oh, we didn't do the intro. My name is Drew.
My name is Akin.
And Anthony is joining us in a little bit. I think he's tied up right now.
Yeah.
All right. So first off, there's like a whole bunch of new music that came out. So
Oh man,
what are you caught up on?
I can't even keep up, man. It's pretty much impossible to keep up at this point. It's even because you know how I am with like I'm usually able to stay on top of everything, listening to, but it's been so overwhelming with work. And then I get back from work, all I want to do is sleep. So it's been hard. But some of the music I've been able to catch up on. All right, so some rap songs by I've been listening to that.
How's that one?
I really like it. So, don't take me, don't take my word as church because I'm biased Earl fan, but I think if you like, like just absurd rap, weird rap, then Earl is for you. Even though he's not that weird, it's just like his sound comes off like that. But I think you should check him out. I'm gonna do a more in-depth analysis of him, but not now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I haven't heard that one yet.
yeah. So there's also there's championships, McMill. That one's all right. I think it's too long though. That's my only flack with the album because it has 19 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's like that's okay. That's not too long. But the individual songs aren't good enough to justify 19 tracks. I think the album would have been better if it was like 12 or 13. So
yeah. Oh, here comes Anthony.
Yeah. And I want to do DiCaprio 2 by JID. I've been listening to that too. There's a Tana Talk by Benny. You guys know that one?
Benny?
Yeah, there's this album called Tana Talk 3 by Benny. This is the cover.
I have not heard that.
Yeah. The album is actually pretty good. It's not what I expected it to be at all. So yeah, check that out. And Stream of Thought too with Black Thought. That was okay. Some decent production, and Black Thought always comes with the bars, so there's nothing to worry on that.
Yeah, I listened to Streams of Thought too, by Black Thought, and who's the producer? Salim.
The producer is hold on, I forget the producer's name.
Salim Remy.
Salam Remy.
Salam Remy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Salam Remy. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta shout out the producer too.
The production, the production is like good, but it makes me think like if Black Thought wasn't with the Roots, we probably won't see him the same way that we see him now because I feel like they both kind of help each other because they the direction and the concept the Roots choose for the music really helped Black Thought as a writer to write in different concepts as well. So
yeah, that Black Thought album, like for me it was hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're
good. What's up?
How's it going, bro?
It's going all right, man. It's going all right. I just got off of work.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for jumping on. We just started a second ago.
All right, cool.
So we'll get caught up in a second, but we were talking about new music that dropped. So Black Thought did a 9-track album with Salam Remy. He's a producer that's worked with like Jay-Z and a lot of East Coast guys.
Yeah.
For me, I listened to the full album like a day or two ago. I really liked it, but it's kind of I wouldn't say I loved it. It's what you would expect with straight lyricism from Black Thought. Obviously, he's one of the best lyricists there is currently that's active. But I enjoyed it because I appreciate good lyricists and good lyricism like that. But it wasn't something I'll probably listen to like a second time. Whereas I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit on the Meek Mill album. Like I actually really like Championship. I thought it was a good album.
Wait, is the King hating on it?
He said it was too long.
No, I'm not. What I said was that it's a good album, but I feel like it's fitted by its length. Because I feel like the individual songs aren't good enough for it to be a 19-track album.
There's a lot of bangers on there, though.
I'm doing a podcast right now. All right, so I'm with some of my buddies here. These are some of my buddies from Minnesota.
Hey, what's
That's my
up?
guy Jaden, and
What's
that's
up,
my guy
Jaden?
Brandon.
How's it going,
They
fellas?
say what's up. You can't hear them because I got the headphones on. But all right. But no, I think Champions is good, man. Like I think you wildin'.
Bro, but that one track with Jay Z, that verse is so overrated though. Why are people gassing that track?
I do
I
agree with
mean,
that. I think the Jay Z verse wasn't all that people thought it was. So,
I don't know, man. I thought it was nice. I think you guys are being shallow, man.
I'm being tough on Jay.
It's not the best, but like it's good.
It's decent. It's okay. It's tolerable.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts is just like how on all of his albums, the intro just goes so hard.
I thought it was cool that he used West Beat.
I don't know. I don't see anybody else.
Did you hear me?
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
What beat?
I said I think it's cool that he used West Beat and just kind of switched it around.
Oh yeah, the Biggie track.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was one of his.
They give away water here.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead with my topic first because I'm kind of excited to talk about this topic.
Right
So
back in it.
so from 2009.
Did you give away cups of water here?
No, actually, no. Let's go from 2008
Oh, that'll be it. I'm sorry.
to 2018.
Okay.
The best decade, the best year in the last 10 years for rap is 2015.
From 08 to now.
Yeah, from 08 to now, it's 2015.
Ooh. I think I gotta disagree with that.
What year do you think is better?
What year did Kendrick's first bring out? Good Kid,
That was 2012. Good Kid, Mad City 2012. You see, the only other year that I feel like I can give number one over 2015 is 2011.
2013.
Huh?
2013 though?
No, not 2013. It's 2011 or 2015 for the best from 2008 till now. 2011, 2015. Because like 2015, we saw To Pimp a Butterfly, and Future just kept going off with all the tapes, and, all the releases. We had, unfortunately, I have to say this one because it was on there, but we had If You're Reading This Is Too Late. We had What a Time to Be Alive, and there's also Tattoo on You by Lupe Fiasco, and then some underground releases too, like The Good Fight by Odyssey. And then there's also Dreams Money Can Buy, 90059, J Rock, Shadow of a Doubt, Freddie Gibbs. That year was just bad. That was a really good year for rap.
Yeah, I gotta think of my response to that. Yo, one sec, Anthony. Can you hit like the mute button on your phone when you're not talking? Because we're getting your feedback. Yeah.
Is it on mute now? It was on mute?
Yeah. So when you talk, turn it back on. But when you're not talking, otherwise we can hear your background. Okay, sorry. There we go.
Yeah. So that's why. But otherwise, we can also say 2011 because I feel like 2011 was packed too because we saw like I think that was when like these new rappers, the rappers from like 2009 to 2016. I feel like that's when they emerged, because we know we got Drake that year. We had J. Cole's the Sideline Story, even though the album didn't live up to hype. We had Watch the Throne by Jay-Z and Kanye. We had the Eminem and Royce. Hell, the sequel, whatever they called it. But yeah, I feel like 2011 was pretty good overall, or 2015.
Okay. I'm just yeah, Anthony, go ahead. I gotta look this up real quick.
To be honest, I wouldn't know too much because I don't listen to albums that much. But to be honest, man, I think I don't know. To be honest, this year has been pretty fantastic as far as albums. But like I said, I don't listen to a bunch of them. I just am stuck on the ones that I heard this year. Akeem, you made me listen to the Pusha T album Daytona,
Hey,
and I ended up liking it. Um, and then I like J Rock. I like J Rock and Nipsey Hussle. But
Victory Lap.
yeah, but that was like way earlier. Like it was basically 2017.
No, Victory Lap was January.
Uh, uh, who you talking about? You talking about Nipsey
Nipsey.
Hussle, right?
Yeah, Nipsey. Victory Lap came out this January.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was basically like 2017.
Oh, all right, yeah.
But what was your question? My bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What year do you think is the best decade in rap from 2000? What year do you think is the best year so far this decade from '08 to 18 to the current year that we're in? I'm going with 15 or 11.
To be honest, man, oh yeah. 2011, because
Okay.
that's when that's when Good Kid, Mad City came out, right?
Nah, Good Kid, Mad City was 2012.
Oh really?
Yeah, but Section 80 was 11.
I don't care about Section 80.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying, I didn't know about it until like later. Bro, I
Oh,
think I might go 2012. What else came out 2012?
Hold up,
20,
I got you. One sec.
2012 is Good Kid, Mad City.
Life is Good by
Control
Nas.
System.
You got Life is Good by Nas. You got
Tell
Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor 2. You got Killer Mike, Rap Music. Schoolboy Q, Contradictions or Habits and Contradictions.
Scratch that. I think it's here. I like the music that we get in 2018 because there's a lot of albums that dropped this year. So um, so we did get Daytona. We got Scorpion. That was good beef. We got the Meek Mill. We got a Kendrick album and the Black Panther soundtrack. We
That was
got Nipsey Hussle. It didn't suck. It was just pop. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think this year has been a good year for albums, to be honest.
I gotta go with I like Anthony's point, but so you said 2015, you said 2018. As I look at them, I'm going with probably 2012 because that Good Kid, Mad City was just such a significant album that year, and you had a lot of guys that were coming up still. There was a Schoolboy Q album that was really good. You had Killer Mike had his kind of biggest solo project to date. So
yeah.
I'm gonna go 2012.
All right. So I'm gonna go 15, man, because 15 was fucking brazy. Yo, 15.
Here's the thing about 15 though that I like in Akeen's answer is that like I feel like that's when like those stars that were coming up were like they reached like
their
prime.
best.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
not their peak, but like that was like guys in their prime. You got Kendrick in his prime. You got who else was in their prime at that point? Drake.
That's also something I wanted to bring up because that year we got like really what some would consider the best albums from like each of those guys. Because a lot of people think if you're reading This Is Too Late is Drake's best album. To People Butterfly, people consider Kendrick's best album. At long last, ASAP. That's ASAP Rocky's best album.
Yeah.
Tensu and Youth. Lupe brought better on that album than he's done in the past like 7 years. And then there's
better than that Lasers album.
Yeah, exactly, and better than Food and Liquor too. And then there's I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. That was a good album too. And then there's Freddie Gibbs. There's Pusha T.
Yeah, 2015 I think was a pretty pivotal year. Just because you could see those artists really like becoming like in their prime. I feel like 2012, the year that I went with, was a little bit more of like their coming up years. Still, they weren't quite in their prime. But 2018 though, I mean, going back to Anthony's point, like there's been a lot of good music this year.
Yeah,
and the thing is, like, to be honest, like this semester round and be the year that actually kind of makes me listen to like albums just for the sake of it. Because first of all, there's good variety, and I'm just growing more interested. There's a lot of people that's just dropping music, so like, yeah. and I like some of the concepts that they have behind their albums. So
You know what's crazy too is I think that this year we're really for the first time feeling this next evolution of hip hop. There's a new sound that's emerging, and
Yeah,
it started kind of in the summer of 2016. Remember when that freshman cover, we kind of saw a new sound coming, and
yeah,
now we're like right in the middle of like that next evolution, that next sound of hip hop, and like that wasn't quite there. Like I feel like 2015, it was still kind of like structured kind of by the book. There was a little innovation, but everyone was kind of doing this albums the same old way. There were some concept albums, but now there's like a whole new sound. Like if you want to listen to, you know, this generation's rap, there's so many options. If you want to find lyricism, you can still find that too.
yeah. And to add to your point about the new guys coming up, because you look at Kanye, the only way he really got like a lot of popularity when he wasn't talking shit with the whole Trump stuff was when he teamed up with was it Takashi, or who was it?
he teamed up with Takashi, he teamed up
Yeah,
with Lil Pump, and
yeah,
I think he did a song with X. But
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So those were the really two times that he was big that year. Because every other time people were just saying this dude voted for Trump, this and that. Besides the Daytona album, and then same with Nicki Minaj, she's pretty much fallen out of public grace. But she had a little bit of relevance when she made a song with a newer artist too. I mean,
Yeah,
that was only this year.
that Fifi record or whatever with
Yeah.
6ix9ine. Yeah, that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, that was a record. So like it's like there's this awkward position for like the the guys, the people that came out in like from around 2009, 2011. I feel like they're kind of in an awkward position now. Like they gotta, except for the people that's established their sound. And what I mean by that are like people like Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. They don't need to team up with nobody to to be the talk of the town. They just can do their thing. But some of this older artists, just a little bit older, they're just kind of in the middle right now, like they're awkward.
I kind of feel that. What do you think?
I think what I think is I think he has a point. Um, I think they're learning from their mistakes though, because I feel like I don't think necessarily people like Nicki Minaj needs to do features to continue to stay relevant. But the fact that she is willing to do it, I think they're just learning from the previous generation, not just to cut out the new guys, but to actually partake in what they got going on. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest
makes
though.
sense.
Speaking of Nicki Minaj, I don't think she's not gonna be relevant too much longer.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised she's been relevant for this long. To be honest,
She's
I don't.
I'm not gonna lie. I tend to like Cardi B just so much more than her,
That's what I'm
but I
saying.
respect Nicki. So
Okay. I just feel like, yeah, like the whole thing with Cardi. Cardi had such a blow up year, like, and this kind of ties into my topic, but no spoilers yet. But yeah, she had such a breakout year that like
Yeah.
Nicki is looking like the old one trying to stay relevant. And her Queen album, she had so much drama when it came out that no one really cared about the music. She's broke a lot of records, but I feel like she never had a true competitor until this year.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. And like, she never had a true competitor in terms of like mainstream, someone as popular as her. But yeah,
The other thing with her too is that like I feel like it's hard to compare her to like a career of someone like Missy Elliott or like because she was a straight rapper, whereas
yeah.
Nicki did like the Starship song that like little kids would dance to and stuff like that. Like
Missy Elliott made nothing but freaky songs. All the songs are freaky songs.
yeah, exactly. She's a rapper. Like I can't even compare them.
Yeah. Yeah, and Missy Elliott had a lot of creative control over her stuff too. She was the producer with Timbo. She was the writer. All the music video with her and Cat Williams.
And Nicki can rap. She can rap, but she doesn't always rap.
That's one of the things that I would give Nicki. I do believe she can rap. Like she has a good delivery, and she has a very good delivery, which is one of the things I can say about her. Although I don't.
You want to know what's kind of crazy about Nicki?
What's that?
I feel like she sells sex where she doesn't have to sometimes. Like there's not too many songs where she's not exposing her body and just letting her lyrics speak for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at her album cover.
Exactly. Like, but that's that. Look at so many of her like album magazine covers. Every video, like, it's always about her plastic ass body. But like, no judgment. But she could actually rap. You know what I'm saying? So, or she has the ability to rap good. I honestly feel like I can rap better than her. But it's whatever.
You can. Yeah, I mean, I just think that Cardi has already surpassed her, and I don't know, maybe even in her like legacy, I think that Cardi is going to be the one that's remembered as a little bit bigger of a star than Nicki.
But well, at least I can tolerate Nicki's rapping.
Anthony
Even if I don't
disagrees
like
with
it.
that.
I can tolerate Nicki's rapping even if I don't like it. But Cardi B, she just has a really annoying voice. I can't get past it. She's cringy to me. I don't know. I can't fuck with it personally.
A lot of people feel that.
The main reason I say Cardi is I don't I think Cardi's gonna be remembered, but like it's hard to stump on Nicki Minaj's legacy. You know what I'm saying? Because like she's been doing this shit like really, she's been holding this spot for so long. It's like I don't know, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, you know what? I should clarify a little bit, like, because she does, like Ant said, her like she does have a lot of like records in terms of like sales and stuff like that, and Billboard chart records and stuff. So her legacy actually, it's not like she's not gonna have one. She's gonna have a legacy. I just think like I predict that Cardi is gonna have a bigger legacy. That you guys could disagree. I think she will.
Nah. Oh well, that's remain to be seen. So I don't really care about either one of their legacies. To be honest. So
We don't even care.
Yeah, to go back to the topic, for me it's 2018. I like the albums that's come out this year, so that's the album I'm sticking with. I mean, that's the year I'm sticking with.
I respect that. I'm going with 2012 because that was just a pivotal year. I listened to a lot of releases that year. I think I was like a junior in high school or something.
all right, all right. That's my topic.
All right,
Next.
who wants to go next? You got one, Ant?
All right, so this is gonna be kind of interesting, guys. So I want y'all to kind of follow me. So
All right.
like I'm in a weird position right now where I need to get promoted. Like I need to like give myself PR, but it's so common to be looked down on if you're like paying for like almost for like follower boosts on Instagram and stuff like that. And I know that's like real shallow, but like I want my music to get out to people, right? So I wanted to get you guys' opinion for like people who are like starting out for like a King. You know how Kendrick and Sam, all of those guys that rap or do whatever they do, right? They're at a point where if they promote themselves just a little bit, they can get a much bigger fan base. But so common, the next man would just look down on, paying for like follower boost or something like that. But the thing is, like, it's not. It's such a. It's looked down upon for little people. But then you get people like in the mainstream, and they have an album coming out, but it's okay for them to pay for like $1 million of PR to get their album out. If that makes any sense.
I think I follow. I definitely have a thought on that. I think it might be looked down upon or whatever to pay for followers or promotion or whatever. I don't care. I say do it. Like do whatever you got to do. If you got to spend money, if they say that's a cheap way to do it, I don't care if it works.
Yo, I've never really cared about that, to be honest. Cause like, look, I hear people like Rihanna, Lady Gaga, they buy followers too. Even though they already have millions of followers, they still buy followers.
Well, to me, it's a better alternative than like look at someone like Boonk. He just like acts.
Yeah.
He just acts crazy for promotion, and then the quality of like his music and stuff doesn't matter. It works for him, but I think that's corny and like it's not gonna make him like last in the long run. And guys like 6ix9ine, they just do dumb stuff, right, to get attention. So if you could just avoid that, keep a good image, no one's gonna know if you're paying money for PR, really, unless you get exposed. But I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, I don't think. I actually don't. I actually don't think it's a big deal. Cause like, look, to attract people, like people are shallow in themselves. Like, cause if your thing doesn't have enough views, if it doesn't have all this attraction to it, then people probably won't listen to it. Because a lot of people don't have a mind of their own. to be honest. So like, if you feel like that's what you need to do, go ahead, my dude, just do it. Because like, like when people are talking about the charts, like they say Post Malone pays for streaming or whatever, like they pay for this and that. Like, I've never really held that against them because honestly, I don't care, do what you gotta do. All I really care about is the music. But the thing for that is everybody isn't like that. Like some people, if your song is not on the charts, they will not listen to it. And it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's what it is. Because like right now, like you said, everything is shallow. So you gotta, there's just some things you gotta do to get by, and that's what. There's nothing wrong with that.
Until they make it illegal to just like automatically loop your song millions of times a day on Spotify, do it. Like, why wouldn't you?
And that shit is ridiculous. The fact that even exists and people are like able to make money off of that. Like people are literally printing their own money at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just have their song on a loop and then they have royalties coming in. Until that's illegal, just keep doing it, make money.
Just to give you guys my opinion on it. Is it on?
Yep.
Yeah.
My opinion has always kind of been like this. If you are going to pay for like a boost of anything on any social media or anything to kind of get your music out, I think it's always better to pay for outreach instead of just points. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't want to pay like $100 for 20,000 followers. I'd much rather get like 1,000 like actual people, like fans. You know what I'm saying? Like not paying for the number.
Right, I get what you're saying. It's like quality over quantity a little bit, like because like I think for example, like my brother, he reaches out for I think he had to pay for a couple of reposts from some artists like Lil Xan and actual people, but he had to pay for them to repost his music. But at least he has a big name, reposting his music so other people see it. That's better than just having like a bunch of fake accounts,
Yeah. That's also another thing because like it's better to have like actual people in small quantity than to have like all these people and then like none of it matters because it's just like a shallow empty number like Westbrook stat.
Like I'd rather have like a retweet from like Jay-Z or something than like just a bunch of like random .5023 at
exactly.
Twitter.com.
Yeah. So hey, Anthony, what we're basically saying is we support you, man. Just do it. Shout out to Nike.
All right, I think I'm gonna do it, guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's really anything that was gonna stop me. I just want to make sure that people don't think that I'm being robotic and trying to pay for like, I'm trying to start a career out here. So like, I gotta do what I gotta do. And
I say go for it.
And low-key, Anthony, you and like a few other people been making me like Instagram, man. Like I actually be seeing people's like stories on Instagram. That shit is way better than Snapchat.
Hey, but you see me on Twitter too, right?
Yeah, you've been on Twitter a little bit.
Yeah, I see you a little bit. I see you a little bit. I want you to be on there more, but I see you a little bit.
I don't have enough opinions to always be on Twitter like that, but I'll try more.
You said you don't have enough opinions to always be on Twitter like that.
Well, not typed opinion. You know what I'm saying? Not typed opinion. Yeah.
All right.
But other than that, like I know it's a short topic and everything, but I just want to just kind of talk about promotion and stuff like that. Just how cliche it is, or not cliche, like how look down.
Yeah.
How shit is kind of looked at for somebody who's just coming up as opposed to somebody who's on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the way that I actually like this topic and like the way that, you're going through it right now, it's a different era. Like, remember like back 20 years ago, people might promote themselves by literally handing out cassettes on the street out of their trunk or whatever. Like, it's just a different game now to get your name out there. Like now we have all these tools in the social media and stuff, and you can pay to put yourself at an advantage. And I don't think there's any shame in that. Like it's a hustle just like it was back then. It's just a different format.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And then also too, you mind if I use it as an example?
Yep.
My buddy right here, he's the one that's been recording my songs and stuff, and he's like doing a bunch of music producer stuff. He makes cool beats.
Hey, shout out to that guy.
He said shout out to that guy. But he just paid for Instagram boost because he has like a big song coming out with somebody. What's the name of the guy?
It's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry. He's kind of like super new, but he has like over 1 million whatever views on some stuff. And he just did a collab, so he wanted to boost his page so people could reach out and listen to it. And you know, we had a conversation about it yesterday, so I thought that I was going to talk about it with you guys because I'm thinking about doing it for myself for real. So
Yeah,
That's what I go for, bro.
yeah, yeah. You got to spend money to make money, really.
Hey, that's a good point. It's like a
cool.
business.
All right, I got y'all blessing now, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Hey, we know you're real. You're not going to be a sellout if you do that.
And then I leaked them some of the music that we did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the project gonna be coming out pretty soon. I'll do one more like good studio session, then I'm gonna leak it to you guys early, man.
Yeah, let us be the focus group.
All right,
Yo.
cool, man.
Low key, I want to say something.
What up?
Like, I forgot that Anthony could rap. Low key, you know what I'm saying? Because like, as when I first got to know Anthony, like, he used to rap back then, but then you just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And like in between that, like I forgot that
I
you
used
could
to
rap.
walk around with a microphone. Remember that?
Yeah. Because when you send those songs that I listened to, and I was like, oh shit, man, Anthony can actually rap because I forgot that you could rap.
Dude, yeah. What was the year that you did was it like the second cipher? Whatever that
was
one.
that was 2015, 2014, I think.
Yeah, you killed that. You killed that.
Appreciate it, guys. So wait, Akeem, did you listen to the songs? You thought that I could rap, right? I got bars a little bit.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's why I said I forgot that you could rap. Does that make sense? Because it was like all brand new. Because like before, like I knew you could rap, you know, like when I watched the ciphers and stuff, you know, but then I forgot all about it. And then when you send the music again, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. Anthony can rap. And it was very weird.
I'm low key smart, man. Low key smart.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the project.
Yeah. That shit.
All right.
But all right, so you guys can go ahead. We can move on to the topic. I had a short one today.
That's all right. We can do short topics too. Mine can be, I don't know. We'll just see what it goes to. But kind of for my topic as the last one. I don't remember if we talked about this one at all, but I was thinking about it today. But basically, in general, it's just debuts. Like who had the biggest debut song, album, just entrance into hip hop. Period. Also, who like totally just like flopped out of the gate and like kind of let down the expectations when they were an up and coming artist. I was just thinking about debuts because I was listening to a lot of projects that were like the first ones for a lot of legendary MCs and groups. So like, what do you guys? We'll start with like, what do you guys think are like the biggest debut in hip hop history?
There's three that comes to mind when it comes to biggest debut in hip hop history for me.
All right, what do you got?
Three. We got actually maybe four. Okay, maybe four. All right, so we'll take it all the way back to one of the most important year in rap music, 1987. Paid in Full. Paid in Full with Rakim and Eric B. I feel like that's one of the biggest ones for its time. Because I think Rakim was the first rapper to get a $1 million record label deal. If I'm not mistaken. So I'll say Paid in Full, and then Thuggy Style, Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
Country Grammar by Nelly.
That's an underrated one. Yep.
Yeah, that went diamond, and then I gotta go with 50. Get Rich or Die Trying.
All right, Anthony, you go, and then I'll go.
I definitely agree with 50 Cent. I definitely agree with Snoop Dogg. One of the people I thought had like a super explosive come out was Juice WRLD with Lucid Dreams.
Oh, okay.
Like because bro, like literally earlier this year nobody knew about this guy, but now he's like the hottest thing ever. So
that's a good one to keep it in the modern realm too. Yeah, for me, I gotta go. I think the biggest one of all time.
Hold on, before we go, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
There's this super bad girl that just passed me, and I'm like sweating right now. Like she's gorgeous right now.
Well,
but that's neither here nor there. Hold on. How you doing? Oh, it's like I don't know. She's over there, but
it's about to get creepy as hell right now. Anthony's like chasing after some girl in a mall right now.
No, it's nothing, man. Not to be weird, guys.
No, that was great. Oh man, what was I saying? Oh, debut. I think my biggest of all time was I gotta go Snoop, man, because like when he did the deep cover soundtrack and then basically the entire
Oh my god,
Chronic
I
album.
forget about that deep cover soundtrack every time.
Yeah,
Snoop
but
went off.
here's the thing. I thought you were gonna open your mouth and roast me because I didn't say 50 Cent, but no, because Snoop, like, he did the deep cover thing. He was already like huge. Like, who is this guy after that? That was like 91
Yeah.
or something. Then he did the whole Chronic album basically, and
Yep,
people were
yep.
literally waiting on his debut album. Like, they were lined up for it. And then he had the whole the legal issue, and he got I think he got a murder case, right? And so that even built the like legend of his debut album even more. Like, oh my god, like this super awesome like rapper, his debut album's coming out. Oh shit, he could be going away forever. Kind of like Tekashi 6ix9ine right now, except obviously a little bit different because Snoop's a better artist. But like everyone was waiting on it. Similar to 50 Cent, and I remember 50 Cent. Snoop was before my time. I don't think I was born yet, or maybe yeah, it was like right around the time I was born. And then but 50, I remember how huge he was. Like when he came out, no one else mattered at all.
Yeah, I think in terms of like just stupid success off of a debut album, I think 50 has to take it. Because like the impact the album had, you can't even begin to describe it. Even that was the same shit Joe Budden was saying. That he said 50 came up with the formula of like, the short song that people would then play over and over and over and over and over and over and over, like in the club. So yeah, debut. But then there's some underrated debut as well, like Food and Liquor, Lupe Fiasco. That was low-key slept on.
Mm-hmm.
There
were also some definitely some disappointments too. Like I feel like
Sideline Story.
Yeah, J. Cole's first album was a disappointment. Kendrick's first album was not critically acclaimed, but
Section 80.
To be fair, that one I think was more independent. It wasn't like a major label release or something like that. But yeah, his technical first album was not, his biggest album. And a lot of people actually forget about it. It's one of my favorite Kendrick albums to me personally, but that's because we're hip hop heads, so we know about that stuff. But another one that was like a huge flop that people were like excited for was Lil Yachty. Actually, his Teenage Emotions album failed.
Oh yeah,
that shit went wood. Like
that shit was bad.
Yeah, it did not do what it was supposed to do. His new one actually was a lot better, and I'm not a huge fan of him, but his like Nothing to Prove album this year was actually much better than his first album.
Yeah, and then J. Cole, we can say he got better, after his debut. Like with Born Sinner, Born Sinner is still my favorite J. Cole album, but a lot of people like Forest Hills Drive. I'll go with Born Sinner though.
Okay.
Born Sinner, I like. What's up?
No, finish your point real quick.
I was gonna say, and like I gave KOD a lot of flack when it first came out, but like with the way things happened this year, the album is more relevant than ever. Like the subject matter of the album, with Mac Miller, with everything that's just going on, his album sounds really like it's just some good shit, basically. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, what about Mac? Speaking of Mac Miller, his first album, underrated.
You see, I didn't like Mike Miller until watching movies with the sounds off. I didn't like him until then. Okay. Because prior to then, I felt like he was doing a lot of, like too much frat rap, and it was just lyrical G-Eazy. But watching movies with the sounds off, that's when I felt like he, was a rapper's rapper.
Right.
I think so. Yeah.
He did evolve over time, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it was almost like he got better over time. Mm-hmm. So I would always like his new project better than the last one.
Right.
Rest in peace.
All right, I was gonna say, my bad. Yeah, rest in peace. I was gonna say, Drake though, and even though we may be, Drake is not my most favorite favorite person, but when he first emerged, it was like he was unavoidable. And the first time I heard of Drake, and it wasn't the first time I heard of him, but the first song that he dropped, like the first major single, was Best I Ever Had. Yeah. And I think like as far as debut, or somebody just coming out, I think that's an explosive debut. Somebody I always is gonna think is underrated as far as coming out as debut is Gucci Mane, because and I know that's one of my favorite artists, but let me just say, like for how influential he is and for how like underground he stayed for so long, I think that he was in a way slept on by the mainstream, if that makes sense.
No, I agree with you actually. Because Gucci Mane, his first album was Trap House, right? I think it was Trap House, with the So Icy single or something like.
You
But
might be right. You might be right. I think his first album was I might be wrong. I see this is why, but I think his first album was the State versus Roger Davis.
Oh yeah. That was
Oh,
like his
okay.
first. I remember that one as his first like mainstream debut. And honestly, that was the first time I had heard of Gucci Mane. It was like 2009. State versus Rage Davis.
Yeah.
That and I remember listening to that album. And I wasn't a huge fan right away. I obviously have grown into a lot more respect for him as an artist, and I think he's just an absolute legend. But yeah, his I feel like his first album was really slept on. Like a lot of people don't go all the way back and listen to that one.
Also, if we're
And
talking about good, if we're talking about good and good debut and big debut, Illmatic, Reasonable Doubt,
Oh,
and Southern Playlist and Cadillac Music.
for that one though, like for Outkast, I feel like that one gets shoved to the back so much because their next two were like their like
Yeah, best one.
signature albums, you know,
Yeah.
with ATLians and Aquemini.
Yeah.
So their first album is very good, but I always listen to the second and third one more.
Well, if we're gonna talk about my favorite rap album of all time, which is also the best rap debut album of all time, Only Beautiful Cuban Links. I don't care what nobody else say.
That's true.
Nobody.
But
Or Black
that
on Both Sides.
that's another good one. But that you gotta talk about Illmatic too, because that's
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
the way that he had the super producer team of all
Yeah.
those different guys on there.
Yeah, and I feel like most hip hop heads in general would say Illmatic is like, I guess the best rap album of all time. Because a lot of people generally say it's the, you know, it's Nas, so you can't go wrong with Nas really. But it's a lot of dope debut that came out in the '90s, man. Black on Both Sides, Illmatic, Reasonable Doubt was good too. We had 36 Chambers,
Yeah.
Iron Man. Now I'm just naming Wu Tang. Let me stop.
ODB.
Let me just stop. Why I keep naming all these Wu Tang?
Yeah, I mean, what about a couple other ones? I'm trying to think of ones that like kind of flopped, like people that were like highly anticipated.
Like Infamous, our first album wasn't good. They didn't really like it was okay, but their second album was way better. The album with Shook Ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Infamous. Yeah, that was. They're one of those people. And what about the War Report? I don't know if you know Capone and Noriega.
Yeah, I listened to that. You told me to listen to that.
Yeah, that one was good too. That's a pretty good fucking debut. Like the '90s was so packed with like good music that even like the ones that are overlooked are still really fucking good.
You know who had a kind of a whack debut was because there was so much hype. Remember, obviously, Crank That Soldier Boy was so much hype, and then his album was not that good.
Yeah, I don't know why people were hyped for it. It was just a dancing rapper, bro.
I think it was just because he had so much hype because he was kind of a cool guy and he had the dance.
And then if we think about it too, like Common, his first album, Can I Borrow a Dollar? That was
kind of a flop too, and then he
bad.
came out with much better work afterwards.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, I like when rappers do that, just develop like over time.
Yo, I just thought of something too. Tupac's first album,
Apocalypse Now,
was not the best, like sonically.
You know what's crazy to me? I feel like Tupac rapped his best on that debut album. Like in terms of like pure rapping, I feel like he rapped his best on that album, like technically, whatever, and like lyrically too. I feel like that was one of like that album, Apocalypse Now, Me Against the World, and the Dunk Illuminati, 7 Day Theory. I feel like those three albums are like when he rapped best. It's like when All Eyes on Me was more, All Eyes on Me was more. I don't know how to describe All Eyes on Me, but All Eyes on Me was lit. You know, he
It was
didn't
a
give the best track.
it was a different
Yeah,
sound, but
yeah.
like
The reason like Apocalypse there was so much more emotion and like songs like Trapped, Words of Wisdom, Violent. Those
Brenda's
are
Got a
songs that
Baby.
yeah, Brenda's Got a Baby. You look at the way you just sounded on those tracks. Like you could hear the grief, the grief, the pain, everything just on there. And then same with Me Against the World and everything it was going through at the time. And then the Dunk Illuminati is when it completely switched up. And then we got Blasphemy,
Hmm.
Mary, Me and My Girlfriend, where he just completely blacked out. Like he was rapping on there, just some other shit. But All Eyes on Me, I like really standout tracks too. But I feel like the problem with All Eyes on Me is like a lot of the tracks was ruined by the Outlaws personally, because some of those guys just weren't good.
I like the Outlaws. There's some of them I
I
like
agree
better.
with I agree with Akeem. I agree
Okay.
with Akeem a little bit. Some of them did kind of mess up the song, but
Which Outlaw members are not so good, do you think?
Okay, so I'll say the one that I like Gaddafi on most track. He could, because I thought he could actually rap.
What about Big Psych, Mussolini?
Yeah, Big Side was okay.
Okay.
I got G's.
Coming from overseas.
But yeah, like this, there's the song Trading War Stories
That's
on
a great song.
dude, I feel like that song could have been the greatest rap song ever. But like, cause the way Tupac did it, like his verse, it was just like the delivery, the lyrics, everything was just so fucking dope.
I
But
kind
then
of agree that the Outlaws ruined that song.
you
There
see,
was too many.
right,
There was too
yeah.
many of their verses on there.
And then the rest of the song just followed. Like that could have been like the best rap song ever, Trading War Stories, because the instrumental and what Tupac chose to talk about, just so fucking good. And then there was also When We Ride.
Yep.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah, Our Eyes on Me was full of jams, man. But
It was
you know,
like
I guess
it was like a party album.
yeah, it was a celebration album,
Right.
and
Uh,
that album showed more than anything.
And
Diamond, she
he had the production of Dre and Daz Dillinger and all
right.
those guys.
And then California Love. How do you want it? Come on, man, that album was fucking amazing.
How Do You Want It's awesome.
How do you want it is one of my favorite rap songs. Like and whenever that track comes on, it's one of the rap tracks that I can say I have never skipped. Whenever it come on, how
It's
do you
just
want
such a jam.
it? Yeah, for real. And like, what's underrated about that song? Like with what Tupac was talking about, he didn't say the word bitch once.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
respectable. But also too, when just speaking of that, I think Meek Mill actually had a good debut. That Rick
Yes.
Ross whole time, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
when he
That's true.
first came on, people were like off of him, hype, super hype. So
Yeah, he had a pretty good coming out. Yeah.
But
Rick Ross too.
all right, let's talk about one of the best debut from a veteran rapper. My Name Is My Name. That was a dope debut.
Oh, that's true.
Let me just put it out there.
We didn't even talk about Biggie either.
Oh shit! See, oh fuck! Damn! See, that's so fucking many debuts. Ready to Die was the shit. Oh man,
There was
dude,
a.
my favorite. What's up?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say there's so many like great
The-
entrances into rap.
Too fucking many, man. Too. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. DMX.
Oh, that
Fuck.
one was so good.
Bro, that track went so hard.
That's one of the best albums ever.
Yeah, the intro track in that album. Oh, DMX was one of those rappers that I feel like was lyrical but wasn't lyrical at the same time.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
my favorite song on there was like "How's It Going Down."
Ah, yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
My favorite one on there is Let Me Fly.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one too.
it was such a like introspective like DMX track where even when he's talking about soft stuff, he's still rapping like he's gonna kill someone. It was
There's so
hardcore.
it's fun to talk about debuts because it reminds you of so many like just hype moments of like artists coming up.
Yeah, man. And I always get I'm Serious, Ti. That was pretty good too. Or was it Trap Music? Trap Music.
No, I'm Serious was his first one, but I feel like nobody knows about that
trap
one.
music was the one. Yeah, trap music is the one that everybody knows, and he, that was pretty much like. See, that's why there's some people out because I was thinking about saying Ti, but then I remembered that I'm Serious. But it depends. Like like that's why I wouldn't say Kendrick either Because like a lot of the behind the scenes grind, it wasn't really as far as like his mainstream first album first, this and that. Like there was
Hey, you're freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, Anthony, you're kind of freezing up.
Did y'all hear me?
Nah,
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it. Say it one more time.
Yeah, you got to say what you said again. You said something about the grind behind the scene for the debut or something. He just went away.
I think his connection's slow.
You don't got no decent Wi-Fi in Cali.
Damn.
Makes me sick.
Hey, I
What's
just.
something that you guys heard?
Are you there, Ant? I think he's frozen. Hey, the Timberwolves play on the West Coast tonight.
Yeah, they're playing Golden State, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Anthony, you're frozen still.
Yeah. Hello?
You there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm sorry, bro. My phone accidentally connected to the Wi-Fi, and I was trying to use my data. But
Okay.
So, Dan, what's the last thing that you guys heard?
I don't know. Just say the last thing you're saying.
You said, well, okay. The last thing I heard you say was, no one sees, the struggling behind the scene before the debut or something, before the major debut.
Yeah, like there's some people that have like they grind for a long time,
Yeah.
but they don't. They when they first are debuted, they don't blow up like they should. But then there's actually people that's like it seems like overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's why I was making a difference between somebody like T.I. as opposed to somebody like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
I got you. All right.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Oh, it's all good. I guess we could do like final thoughts on that one. Basically, for me, I feel like a lot of artists come out really strong, and then sometimes it ends up actually hurting them. Like I feel like 50 Cent had a hard time trying to top his debut album, but in other cases, like it takes one or two albums for an artist to really establish their signature album or signature masterpiece. Like Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City, or you could say To Pimp a Butterfly. Obviously, we're not his first ones. But I don't know. It's just interesting because it captures kind of a moment, whether they top it or not.
True.
So yeah, for me, I like to definitely. For me, I think there's good people that come in. Some people it takes a minute for them to kind of like get their fitting right. You know what I'm saying? And I think a sort of good example of that would probably be somebody like for me it was somebody like Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like when he first came on, I thought he was trash, but he's grown on me like a lot more. You know what I'm saying? But there are some awesome debuts, and they're like, if somebody's music is explosively good enough, like they'll see celebrity status overnight. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it is enjoyable to always see somebody's growth and whatnot. It's been really fun to follow Juice WRLD for that reason, and yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with a bunch of what y'all are saying, but then I feel like for a lot of these rappers, they want to come out like, boom. They want to, they just they want to come in like a wrecking ball. Basically, that's what they want to come in like. But then it'll always be hard. It'll always be hard to live up to those expectations. The only people that I feel like have done it.
Quoting Miley Cyrus, man.
Shout out to Miley.
Shout out to Miley. The only rappers that I feel like I've been able to live up to their debut is Kendrick.
Yeah.
Because To Pimp a Butterfly, that was better than Good Kid, Mad City in my opinion. And then Nas lived up to the hype of Illmatic. It was written it's not better than Illmatic, but it lived up to the hype. So when people heard it, they were like, all right, this is still the same guy. Like still dope. He gave us classics back to back. more or less. And Biggie too, Ready to Die, Life After Death. That match up too. But I do feel like Life After Death benefited from Biggie passing away. So
yeah, probably did.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's a rapper that I feel like I'm actually enjoying his progression is Earl Sweatshirt, because you look at from Earl to Doris to I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, and then some rap songs. You can really see he's going through a lot, but you can like his journey through self discovery is kind of interesting at the same time. So
yeah, Earl's progression, and Tyler's too, has been cool to see. All right, like let's see, what else is going on? We can close out. I'm just trying to think if there's anything crucial we missed. What else is going on in the music world?
Man, let me see. What have I been hearing about? Man, Offset, man. Offset keeps fucking up.
Oh man,
that's what I keep hearing. This dude keeps messing up.
That was like my favorite part of this whole podcast so far. Just Akeem just like sitting there thinking, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, Offset, he fucked up."
He's always fucking up, but hey, whatever. And then there's always this shit about Nicki Minaj and like rapists or sex offenders. What's up with that?
Because her brother got in trouble for being creepy.
But I saw something like she's hanging out with a registered sex offender or something. I don't know. That shit is going on too. Whatever. I'm sure a lot of it is exaggerated.
Yeah. What about 6ix9ine? He's going away forever, right?
Yeah. I mean, in New York, if you look at the gun laws, yeah, that nigga's going away forever. He's doing it.
I do want to speak on that a little bit because like I don't like 6ix9ine. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying, been shy about that. But at the same time, like damn, like I hate the fact that they trying to make example out of like rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like
no. They're not making an example out of him. He's making an example out of himself. This dude, like his whole persona, his whole persona is built on, this is the lifestyle I live. So if you're bold enough to, to brag about that type of stuff, then, you shouldn't be shy about doing the time either. Like anyone can talk. Like, once you have a little money, you can be gangster, whatever, but nobody's going to do that time for you. So like, it's the image that is projecting of himself, and that's exactly what they're going to use.
Well, his image of being Mr. Rich guy wasn't that cool. Did you hear that he offered his whole bank account for bail and they denied it, and it was like 1.7 mil?
Yeah, but see, he got himself fucked up. Ain't no blaming the justice system on this or whatever. He's that's the image you project for yourself, and that's the consequences of it. Everyone wants to be gangster until it's time to be gangster. What got it here?
That's right.
But see, like he still didn't do that shit. Like he still didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like like I feel like at the end of it, maybe somebody should have taught him a lesson by beating him up or something, right? I don't think.
Didn't they try to talk to him like he don't listen to nobody or something? Because I heard like
they did. There's so many people that tried to.
He has some OGs that that are like trying to tell him how the game is. Like the game is the game. But
well, he had 50 Cent kind of in his corner, didn't he? Like 50 was
50
like.
50 Cent ain't giving nobody no advice. You think 50 cares? 50 don't give a fuck.
I thought he was supporting 6ix9ine. I thought he was like go do your thing, like young New York guy, whatever.
Yeah. But 50 Cent was giving that toxic advice. You know what I'm saying? Like he was telling him to troll and do what he had to get famous. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think 50 would give him like toxic advice. I just think 50 would give him like no advice. Like 50 probably, like OG will pull you to the side, like tell you this and this and that. I don't think 50 would do that. I don't think 50 did that. But at the same time, I don't think 50 told him, like go be out here, be stupid. Because like 50 has learned from that, and there's no way he would tell someone that.
All I know is that song that they did together, Go Get the Strap, that shit goes hard as hell.
That shit was hard. I'll give him that. But the reason why I said 50 wouldn't do that is because, like, Soulja Boy was under 50's wings too, and
I forgot about that.
Yeah, low key, a lot of people forgot about that. And 50 has Kid under him, and he doesn't tell him to be, to be doing stupid shit too. So I think 6ix9ine is just like he just wants, the image that he's paying the price for. That's the image he wanted to project, and that's all. That's the repercussions.
It's sad though. It is sad though because like he had a potential to be a big artist.
Yeah, he was mighty. Like people like this year, a lot of people stream his music. Like he was one of the most popular names.
His album is
this
actually
year,
doing really well right now too.
But hey, all that gangster shit is gonna catch up to you one day. So
Yeah.
there it is.
What else is going on? I guess we can wrap up pretty soon and everything. We're almost at like an hour. I don't know what else is going on. Yeah, just trying to catch up on all the new music. Anthony,
Man,
there is a new Gucci Mane album.
Yeah. I gotta check it out. I've checked out some of it, and I like it a lot, man. I like the features that he has on there. But then I saw him perform the song that he has with Kevin Gates on Jimmy Kimmel, and it didn't look too good. But you know what I'm saying? I'm excited for it, so I'm gonna check it out fully.
Thanks,
But that's
Paul.
why 2018 is decent, man, for albums. Like everybody, I feel like all of our favorite artists dropped an album.
Yeah, 2018 has been really good.
Lil Wayne even dropped an album.
Yeah, and it was actually nice.
Yeah, Carter 5 was good. All right. I guess we can wrap it up. We're gonna try to not miss 2 weeks like we did last time, but that's life, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna be back Mondays, live. I guess Akeem said that our platform might be changing up because Hangout is like gonna be
shut down
or something. So yeah, we can move to Skype or whatever. Or I'll figure out another integration with YouTube.
Yeah, but we're gonna be on here till March, so stay tuned.
That gives me time. But yeah, we'll be back Monday, bringing more hip hop conversation.
No doubt. Right. That's why I made it a point to be on here, man. I don't want to miss another episode. But yeah, man, I want to really get some like fine things going for this podcast. So
let's do it up. Let's keep growing the brand, and I think it'll help as Anthony's career grows. Well, that'll help us a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep it moving. I think we've improved a lot since episode 1. So, all right, I guess that's a wrap. We'll be back on Monday, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
Peace, guys.